Hey class, are you ready for part 2 of how to use the Chinese landscape brush for paintbrush techniques? Part 1 was, let's see what we've done so far. For Chinese landscape title page, we're developing towards the ancient Chinese artist study page with your ideas. Then we learned how to do see-through mist, texture on the hills, and waterfalls. Today, get ready for how to do stems, dabbing on flowers, and we are going to use the frayed brush technique again to develop with the Chinese landscapes. All right, dunk it in water. You ready to dunk in water?
I want this.
Okay, get your brush and dunk it in water, whatever color you want. And for the Chinese landscapes, we're using black, remember, as the background color, and then you could dunk into the pink and purple on top to dab on the flowers. Now for the technique, if you do not have a brush that you can spin to get it skinny on the end to do a stem, then go to a smaller brush. Use whatever you have at home. So if you don't have a Chinese landscape brush, you can go to a thin brush. You don't have to have the exact same one I have, but you start for any branch with it thicker where it would grow, and you slowly get it thin as it goes out. So you want to go from the base and slowly come out and have it go in different directions, your stems. So you start with black and you slowly add more stems you have, the more areas you have to add on some dabbing of flowers. So this one I'm doing with the Chinese landscape brush. It'll probably come a little thicker at the bottom. Spin, you come up. I'm going to have this one come around. I'm thinking, so I want you to be thinking of this is development with a style of how are you going to use this on your final. I'm thinking for my final piece to have a branch or a tree growing and kind of framing with a natural frame out the picture, because I love how the flower petals, then we could use movement, what we learned in art, and have them falling down into the water down here. Okay, if you've done that, are you ready to dab on like Monet has dabbed on the flowers? This is where you're going to get to pick your color. So clean your brush. Did you clean your brush, baby girl?
Yeah.
Okay, clean your brush and decide what color you're going to use. I like light purple mixed with light blue. That makes periwinkle. And if you're mixing new colors, you could use the lid of your paints to make a new color. And how to make it light when I mix blue and purple together is I'm going to clean my brush, add some white in there if you have white, or if you don't have white, you can add water. And I have a lovely periwinkle. Good job, Melody. Can you dab on there now? Dab. Dab. So I'm going to dab on different shades. Remember, we want to stick with the monochromatic technique, and we want to use the point. You can use the point and just press it so it looks like a ink stamp, like that. And you can have some floating on the water. If you're going to do water, you can have some falling down to show movement. And you can go really fast like Monet did and dab it on there. So you want to have little clusters, some petals falling with the wind and going around. Now how to work with monochromatic, which means different shades of one color. You can add a little bit of more of the darker shade, the darker colors. You could add some more white, or you could add some more black. And then you want to have about 3 different tones or tints of one color to show dimension in your art. So this one I'm doing shades or tints of periwinkle, which is light blue and light purple, with some more of the purple and blue. And with this one, I'm going to probably change to pink. Should we pick pink, Melody?
Yes.
Yes, pink. And if you don't have pure pink, you can do red and white to make pink and different shades. So we're just starting dabbing, doing little clusters, and we are trying to do flower petals. And we'll do the same technique with leaves. So I want to make sure you know you can combine then. If I combine some pink with the purple, I'm still going to have some different shades with analogous colors next to one another on the color wheel. It'll still have that peaceful feeling and look natural. All right, Melody, you ready to work on the next thing? Are you ready?
Is that a heart, Melody?
Sweet.
Oh.
We're going to add water for transparency and texture, remember.
Heart.
Building on our Chinese techniques.
Heart.
Heart, good job. If Melody could do it, you could do it. So think of this next technique. We're going to work with water and transparency with our monochromatic color theme. Remember how we did mist, see-through mist in the background, and waterfalls? So if you think of, we're working with Chinese landscape theme and your ideas, the waterfall idea is what? You get the dark color, you get the frayed brush by pressing it down, and that's how to show texture. You can then use it in the trees for leaves. You can use it as a waterfall coming down, and you could use it for texture on your rocks. So remember, we're developing with texture, different techniques with your Chinese landscapes. All right, so keep practicing dabbing on for the flowers. The texture, you could do some leaves. You could press it down like a stamper for some leaves closely, and some waterfalls. And we'll be building on this idea, developing with your plans for your final and what you're going to add for personal expression coming up. Now I'm thinking of adding, what are you going to add, Melody? I'm thinking of adding a nay. What's that animal? A horse, because I have a photograph of my horse. Of a horse I saw. And it's not my horse. So make sure you take a picture of yours, add it on Google Classroom so I can grade it. Good job. Over and out. Daisy, say bye. Bye, Dave.